Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to review Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol.
No.
What? Wait, what do you mean no?
Well, you see, I don't really see the point. I mean, it's been out for a while. I mean, other people have made really good reviews on it. I mean, I saw it kind of late, and everyone who is either wanted to see it or is curious about it has probably either seen it or not already, and it doesn't really see a point to make a review. To make my review.
But you can't say no.
Well, why can't I say no?
Because nobody ever says no.
But so you're saying to me that nobody has ever said no when you say your mission, if you choose to accept it?
It never occurs to these people to say no.
Really? I mean, no one's ever thought, you know what, I don't want to do that?
No, see, they're idiots.
Wow. Well, I'm not going to do it.
Come on.
No, I mean, as I say, I don't want to.
Please, 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 please.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll do it.
Thank you.
Jeez, if I choose to accept it.
This message will self-destruct.
Wait, what?
Lazy to 99. I am a Batman fan, and I'm a Canadian man. I do top 10 lists, and I ketchup chips.
Hey everybody, and welcome to my review of Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol. So, I remember hearing stuff about Mission Impossible and how it was kind of in the air. People thought they were going to reboot it just because, you know, like the past couple of Mission Impossible films hasn't... Mission Impossible has been a weird franchise because it's always been that one that's been... It's been popular, but it's never been, like, everyone loves it, you know? Like, everyone sees the Mission Impossible movies as great big films, and they probably do make a lot of money, but it's like, I don't know, it's just nobody ever sees them as the pinnacle action movies. They're more seen as the typical type of action spy movie. I mean, the guy, Ethen Hunt, works at a place called the Impossible Mission Force. You know, it's a little weird, right? Eventually, they decided not to reboot it. They gave it to Brad Bird, director of The Incredibles and Ratatouille, and you know, and so they gave it to him, and they said, "Okay, let's see what you can do with this." So, the story of Mission Impossible 4: Ghost Protocol is basically Ethen Hunt has been away in just jail for a long time, and they need him out for a mission. So they need him to break into this place. Like, basically, some guy is trying to access nuclear missiles and to shoot them, and to basically make some like a nuclear war, because he thinks it's and this crazy guy's plan is it's the only way to really save the Earth, because if it hits everyone, you know, there'll be survivors and people that will be able to live. And you know, they'll solve world population and whatever, and they'll rise and become a better country or world. I don't really know. It's very, very hard to realize what the villain is up to in this. So Ethen Hunt is working out, and he and his team with Ethen Hunt, Simon Pegg, and this girl and this other guy, and they're basically during the mission, this place gets blown up. Okay, this place, I think it's called the Kraken, It's this place in Russia that gets blown up, and Ethan Hunt and his team are basically put... It seems like they are the ones that did it. You know, like the pressure's put all on them. Now, I'm just gonna go say it. This is a really good film, and it's really fun action film. I agree with everybody else. This should have been a summer blockbuster. I don't know why it wasn't, because this feels like a summer film. I'm like, kind of the winter. I'm just like crazy. Oh, it feels like summer now. You know, I don't know. Maybe it just couldn't because of the schedule or whatnot. But it was really fun, and not to say it doesn't have its fair share of problems with it too, but it was really cool. That's what I think the Mission Impossible films are for me. They're really cool. You know, not to say there's no story involved in them. There are story, but it's the stunts and the gadgets and this is a spy stuff, and really good spy stuff that you're looking at. I mean, like, let's just say some of this stuff that happens. Like, there's this part in it. I love this part where they need to get past this hallway where there's a guard here. The basic guard here, hallway, and there's Ethan Hunt and Simon Pegg's character. And they have this thing where they put up this hologram wall that scans the wall behind you and makes an exact holographic image of it from that person's point of view. And so you can slowly move forward, and the person won't even know that anything's moving because it holograms a wall behind them. That was really cool. And then, of course, there is Ethan Hunt climbing like one of the world's tallest buildings, and that was really cool, intense. And you know, like something that I thought was going to be a cliche that we've seen in like 2 out of 3 Mission Impossible movies before this. Like, obviously the blame is put on Ethan Hunt and his team, right? But I thought it was going to be like his team. He was going to be thought that he was a double agent again, and that his Impossible Mission Force would be all after him. I mean, that was in Mission Impossible 3 and in Mission Impossible 1. They think that, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna do it again. And then there's this scene that Ethan Hunt is in this car with one of the Impossible Mission Force's chiefs or bosses or whatever, and he's like, look, because of this has happened, the entire Impossible Mission Force is at risk, so we're just disbanding. We're activating something called Ghost Protocol, where there basically is no IMF anymore. So you gotta hide. If you get caught, we will not help you, and we can't help you at all. All I can do, I can't officially help you. And this guy says, you know, I can't officially help you, but unofficially I might be able to help you behind the scenes. I'm thinking, okay, this guy's going to end up being the big villain, you know? He's going to use Ethan Hunt for something, and he's going to be the big villain. He's not. Boom! Bullet goes right into his head. I'm like, oh, shoot, I guess he's not. And so I liked how it kind of exerts some of my expectations a little bit. So the action scenes and stunt scenes are really well done, and I think they're just cool, right? One thing that is a big problem in this film, and it is kind of the failure, I think, of this film. You don't get a villain relationship, really. It's just this guy that's going to set off a nuclear explosion. That's it. That's all I kept on forgetting which guy it was. Like, oh wait, who's the boss and who's the worker again? I mean, he's not... We don't see things from his point of view. We only see things from when Ethan Hunt is going after him. And maybe it's being a little bit more realistic that if there was a secret agency, that you wouldn't really know much about the bad guy. He'd just be there, and you just know the basics, and you get him. But, you know, there's nothing to him. He just has this plot to set off nukes. So you're like, okay, so what? Nukes? Oh, that's bad. It's going to kill lots of people, but we have to be invested more in the villain, I think. And that's kind of off-putting. The climax, I think, was maybe a little weak. I don't know, maybe it's just because it was more... I like the climax to a film to always be the end-all, be-all moment of the movie. I mean, there might be great stuff in the beginning and in the middle, but when the climax happens, I want it to be the best. And it was pretty good, but it wasn't as good as what happened earlier on in the middle, and so I was just like, eh. Simon Pegg was pretty funny in this. There's a scene, I love this scene. It's a scene where Ethan Hunt has just done one of the most impossible things. He's climbed this building, but everything's going wrong while he's climbing this building, and then he finally does this move, and he nearly falls off the building, and he finally gets back in, and they pull him in, and they're all like, and Simon Pegg scares you, walks in, he's like, whoo! And he just walks in, he doesn't see what happens, he's like, whoo! That was not easy. I love it. They all look at him like, did you just see what happened? You just did this little thing, and you're complaining. Wow, it was hilarious. I thought it was pretty good. I think though he could have been used more of a character. I think he was just the comic relief. I wanted to see more of him, just more than just the comic relief. I don't know. That's just a small thing. I really like Simon Pegg, so it's a small thing, but you know, it was good. It was okay. The extra agents, I knew he was okay. It's just, I don't know, it was weird. He's like, okay, well, there's just an extra, what's your trait? You know, she's the girl agent, he's the comic relief computer guy. You're just like an extra Ethan Hunt on standby, right? Which is, it's fine, but, you know, it was a little weird. And, okay, let me just say, there are a few things in this world that are just essence of cool. And Tom Cruise can usually pull it off. And usually always pull it off. The first thing that is one of the essence of cool is shades. I've lost my shades. I gotta buy some new shades because I can't find any. And I've had like 4 pairs, and I can't find any. But shades, right? That's one of the essences of cool that will always be cool, in my mind. Other thing, leather jackets always will be cool. No matter what, leather jackets will always be cool. How do you make something that's just, you have shades and leather jackets and he's had them both, so how can you top that? You put a hood on it. I don't know if that's a popular fashion thing that's been around for a while, but the hooded leather jacket, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Wear that the whole time. Wear that through the entire film. That's awesome. I want one. And that was, I don't know, I just thought, and it was just something that he found in this, he stole it because he needed new clothes. I'm just like, you have great taste. Steal that. I would almost steal that. You know, but anyway, I digress. Back to the movie. It was, as I say, it was fun, it was entertaining, it was a good action flick. I wish the villain was developed more in his motivations, but you take what you get. And I think that I'm going to give Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol a 7 out of 10. Very entertaining, very fun way to spend some movie money. So remember guys, I'm LazyDude99. If I don't like it, it's not worth it. See you around.
Be sure to check out more of my other videos on my channel, and wait for more coming soon.